Hi, I'm Jessica Schaefer. I am so glad you landed here because chances are you are searching for help, you're searching for guidance. Most likely, you're experiencing some type of pain or discomfort or stress or struggle, and you know in your heart you want more in life. And especially if you found my work, you have something special inside you. And what I mean by special is you know that you're here to share something with this world to really help it be a better place. And so I wanted to use this time to, number one, kind of give you some insight into coaching and like what it is that we do, but also how my work is different because I do, I guess, a lot more than typical mindset coaches out there. And I wanted to explain a little bit about that and also to give you some guidance towards the end of this video. So with that, I first want to recognize wherever you're at and let you know it's all perfect and all divine. Because here's the truth. Whatever is showing up in your reality, whatever pain, whatever problem, whatever limitation, did you know that it's just reflecting what is unconscious? So let me say that again in a different way. We project our unconscious beliefs out into the world, and that becomes a reality. So if we simply just try to change the thing from out here, like for example, if you're like, I can't find the right man, like, why is it that relationships have been so hard? And so you keep thinking, well, I'll just change the man. I'll just change the man. I'll just date another one or marry another one. And it's still the same. It's because you haven't done your work here. So the world, the universe is always revealing to you where you're blocked. So that's the work. The work is recognizing life is actually always giving to you. It's always revealing to you exactly where you need to shift, where you need to grow. So just imagine what would be possible for you if your programming was, I am so worthy of love and amazing partnership. I am so worthy of serving my light and becoming the most abundant, self-expressed, embodied me. I am traveling the world. I am experiencing new things. I believe in myself. Can you imagine if you had a program, how your world would change? So that's why I'm telling you, like, be thankful for even if you're sitting in a lot of like, you're so frustrated or you're so angry or you feel so helpless. The universe is giving you a gift. It's helping reveal to you what you need to shift on the inside. So a big part of coaching is, number one, identifying your belief structure and how the resistance that's showing up in your life, the pain, is really just revealing where your beliefs need to shift. And part of that belief shift comes with the rewiring of your nervous system. So between the ages of, I'm going to say even before you're born in utero, in your mom's belly, until about 7 years old, that's when we get the bulk of our programming that sets us up for our whole lives. Meaning our belief structure, our personality is actually formed, then our patterns, our behaviors, and our coping strategies. That's like how we deal with stress. And it's how we show up in the world or don't show up in the world. And to really start to anchor in a new belief system, we have to remove the resistance to that belief system, which is why a lot of you watching this may have tried, writing down affirmations. I am this. I choose this. And although that's very powerful, it often only reaches the level of the conscious mind. And if you're reprogramming the unconscious, you first have to remove the resistance. And the resistance is often tied up in our nervous systems and our literally our physical experience of the world. And we call this our somatic body. It's our body's ability to feel into our experience of ourselves and the world around us. So to really shift, for most of us, we have to create more expansion through our somatic body. And you simply cannot do that through the mind. And most modalities out there, including a lot of therapy that I had, were seeking to help me try to change and grow through my conscious mind. And quite frankly, it just didn't work. And most people that I work with have done things, and not to say they aren't helpful, but they haven't given them sustainable changes in their life. So a lot of the coaching that I do is utilizing tools and practices that really help you to feel more confident, to feel like you can show up more in the world for yourself and others, and allow you to be more successful. So for me, I'm a perfect example. I used to feel very small. I was a people pleaser. I basically was just trying to be nice to everybody, but inside, I wasn't nice to myself. In fact, most people, I want you to hear this. If you live in a pattern of people pleasing and codependency, meaning you tend to focus on other people and not yourself, you probably aren't very nice to yourself. So a big part of me and my rewiring of my nervous system was to learn how to start to feel more comfortable putting myself out there. Because when I first started, I was terrified of doing presentations in front of people and being seen. They always made me uncomfortable. And as I grew and transformed, now I love it and it feeds me. But I had to be the shape. It's like I literally had to change my way of being within myself for me to feel comfortable. A great example, an analogy or metaphor is the butterfly. Before a butterfly becomes a butterfly, it's a caterpillar, just a little caterpillar, munching those leaves, getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. But it doesn't matter how much that caterpillar eats or moves or reads, it's still the caterpillar. For the caterpillar to become the butterfly, it has to put itself in a cocoon, a chrysalis, right? And then as we know, it literally morphs, it turns to goo. And from that goo, it forms wings. And then when it's strong enough, it pushes out of that chrysalis and flies away. So that is a lot of the work. If you really want to change your life, it's about changing your identity. Because the caterpillar, no matter what it does, cannot fly. It's not the butterfly. So if you want to be that person who has a successful business or is rocking their career and making amazing money and has amazing relationships, you have to basically become the identity of that person, which means a whole reworking of your body, a whole reworking of your nervous system, a whole reworking of your mind to get everything aligned. So first, it's really looking at our belief systems, rewiring our nervous systems to then accept those belief systems. And then it's like, where am I going? Because if you're not clear, you're just going to stay in bounce or bonker mode where you just basically ping pong based on what life gives you. You're just in total reaction mode. You're not actually creating your life. And when you finally actually learn how to create your life, I'm telling you, there is something so sweet and magnificent because you align with the power of the universe. And for those of you who believe in a God, a higher power, you could call it love, source, infinite intelligence, magic, the mystery, the angels, whatever. When you finally remove the resistance and you really move into alignment with your soul and you start operating in those higher vibe experiences and your identity shifts to this, what was a caterpillar, now a butterfly, you now have the ability to fly. And what you get is like a whole team behind you. That is the support of the universe. And some people call that manifestation, some call that synchronicity, some call that miracle, some call that hard work, because it does take some work for sure. But it's working in the way that's going to support you and help you thrive. So number one, it's your beliefs. Whatever is showing up in your life right now is reflecting back to you a belief that is ready to be cleared and a new one that is ready to be formed. It's also revealing to you, oftentimes in your reaction to the situation, something about your nervous system and how you're reacting. What are your behaviors? Do you go smoke a cigarette? Do you drink? Do you get on social media and just get stuck in feeds? Are you binge watching TV? Are you overworking? Are you overparenting? What is your strategy? How do you deal with whatever is showing up in your life? So to really become the thing that you want to become, you got to be clear about where you're going. You got to rewire that nervous system so it matches the identity of what you're stepping into and adopt a new belief system. And that's what we do with coaching. So typically with my work, I work with people, if I'm working one-on-one, for 6 to 8 months. And during that time, we take kind of an inventory of where you're at and where you're going. And then it's the work of doing those 3 things. And I utilize a ton of different tools and processes. I have 24 years in the world of healing. So I really have a vast knowledge, experience, and inventory of like many tools, from worksheets to somatic practices to breath work, to parts work, inner child work. There's a ton that I utilize. And of course, whatever it is that you need, because it's all about you, it's about meeting you, that's what I bring. So here's what I want you to know. You are magic, and you are here to serve your light. If you've made it this far in this video, I know that you know that there's something special within you. And whatever's showing up in your life right now is exactly what you need. And if you're watching this, there's something in you that must be ready. So if you are ready and you want to find out more and make a pivot in your life, you can reach out to me on my website. There's a form on there. You just put your name, your email, make sure you include some information about yourself. And then I get back to you with some potential times. And I like to do a 30-minute Zoom chat so we can kind of meet face to face. And then in that call, I talk about the program. I learn more about you. I make sure this is a good match, because I firmly believe that anytime you hire a coach, you need to feel, number one, safe. You need to feel like that person I know can hold me. You have to trust them. So I like to build a relationship, and I'm only going to coach you if I feel like you're a good fit for my work. So not everyone's a fit for me. So I'm just going to be honest with you. But no matter what you decide, I will give you some insight into yourself, because I'm also an intuitive. And I often like to share some like good nuggets about people just to help them. And then we can decide, like, is this going to be like a magical journey that you're ready to take? And I want to leave you with this. I have some more videos that I'd like you to watch. There are some steps you can start to take to create some awareness and give you a chance to maybe make a pivot in your life, because your life is valuable, and that's all you have in this body is this one life. And too many of us keep saying, well, someday I'll do that, or I'll wait till my kids have moved out, or, I leave my husband, or I have more money. I mean, I've learned, we're all wired because of our egos, and I know our pain and our wounds. It's very easy for us to make up excuses, to not listen to the calling of our soul. So for those of you who are done allowing the resistance in your ego to get in the way, and who are ready to really listen to the call of their soul, I invite you to reach out and watch my other videos. All right, I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned something. And if it's aligned, I'd love to meet you. All right, take care of you. And remember, you are magic. Stop settling. It's time for you to be that magic.